things that influenced me was that my full-time work is in public health. And when I had entered the field, there was this growing recognition of the role of culture and social issues in health, and why it is that we had to, as professionals, but also as community members, to recognize the role of culture in both creating the conditions for good health, but also in addressing disparities. And what I found is that colleagues of mine could talk about the influence of their culture, whether it be if they were Spanish speaking, or they were African American or Native, but I started to notice there weren't a whole lot of voices that talked about the influence of being an Asian immigrant, or or other experiences. And so I started to see that as a gap, and started to read it a little bit more. This is pre-social media, so there were magazines in the 90s that were popping up. A magazine, the Voice of Asian America, I think was don't quote me on that, but that was one. Filipinas magazine became really popular then, and a bunch of other magazines. So, in the same way that, social groups and other groups pop up on Facebook, at the time, magazines was a way to sort of create this identity. So that became, part of my reading habits. And